ProVision Mentorship is one of several strategic focuses of ProVision Solutions Inc. I'm Jim Ewing, and mentorship can make a difference. This is one of several interviews with those who've experienced mentorship. Learn from their experiences. Then take a moment and share your experiences on our blog, ProVision Mentorship.
I guess most of my life has been involved in the car business. I guess when I was in my early 20s, got involved in that. It goes back prior to that when I was in high school and college, working at my uncle's store. So I had the bug early, but experienced mentorship early in my life. As high school, looking for a job. My uncle was in the car business, and he hired me for the summers, and that's probably where the first mentorship, particularly in the automotive industry, came from. Was from him, working summers for him over my high school and college days. That it gave me the bug, just seeing what he did, him sharing with me the kinds of things that he was involved in the business, and as in terms of mentorship, obviously led to career that has spanned most of my life. There are a few occasions that people have called me up. In this community, we're fairly small. Sherwood Park, it's a tight community, and been very involved with the Chamber of Commerce and other things, Rotary Club. So I've got to meet some people. I recall one particular instance through Rotary, a young fellow. It was in a grade 9 program, business thing through Junior Achievement, and that the Rotary was involved in, and a number of years after that class, he approached me at a chamber function one day, said, "You probably don't remember me, but I was in your grade 9 Junior Achievement class, business," and introduced himself. And we had a little bit of a relationship for a while as he was growing into a new business for himself and things like that. And other people that have called said, "Can we go for lunch?" They've been very informal kinds of things, but people that want to talk about what's important to you in your business and what's successful.
What type of help can a mentor provide?
Well, having a mentor, I think, in terms of developing yourself as a business person is extremely critical. You see the things that are important for them, the things that have made them successful, and you obviously try to emulate some of those characteristics. Without that, I think you might struggle on your own a lot of times, not find things that are as successful as you might, by following someone's example. So it comes in very handy, I think, to have a mentor who's done it, who's been there, has some experiences that they can share with you to make your life a lot easier. I think if you stop learning, you stop growing, and mentors are good all through life. Your circumstances change. My circumstances are a lot different today than they were when I started in business, and as things change in your life, I think your mentors probably change too. And you look at people then who are saying, you're looking towards a retirement. What's a successful retirement look like? What am I going to be doing? How should I end my involvement in the business, and things like that. So there are people out there today who I rely on now for looking at those kinds of scenarios in their lives and what they're doing that have made them comfortable, made them successful in maybe not in business, but in getting out of business. And so one of those things that you look at and say, yeah, there's things to learn there too.
Talk with us about the development of the mentorship relationship.
I return to really where we are. People inside this organization I mentor every day, hopefully. It's maybe not perceived as a formal mentorship relationship in some cases, in other cases are. But I think of people that in this business, Petersen, have grown here. They've started out in certain positions, they've moved, advanced, and like you say, at some point maybe a handoff, and developing those people is critical, and mentoring them to do that. One of the key factors, of course, is that relationship trust. between the mentor and the protege is that you've got to be able to trust that person that you're mentoring, if you're mentoring them to bring them along in the business, that they'll do the things the way that you want them, where your ethical standards are, and those types of things. You can train them in all kinds of things, but they also have to have your belief system. And so, trust is a big part in that mentorship thing. Looking towards a handoff at some point is, making sure that they grow, learn enough about the business, and are capable. When I go away on holidays, the people I have here, who I've developed into different positions, managerial positions here, I have complete confidence in them when I leave. I don't bother phoning back. I'd be gone 2 weeks. I don't pick up the phone. And if they can't do the job while I'm gone, I haven't done my job. And so I think it's important for a mentor to be able to put that trust in someone too, if it's a relationship where you're looking to mentor them in terms of a takeover position. So, I have those people that take over when I'm gone, and other people that I'm grooming to take over when I'm gone for good, at some point perhaps might be able to do a better job, hopefully, because of that trust I put in them.
Is it possible for a mentorship relationship to be mutually beneficial?
I think we all kind of need to share different parts of what we do. When I get calls from people who want to have lunch and pick my brain has to start to get active. They're going to be asking questions that, sometimes you've forgotten about, how you got where you got, the things that you do that make your daily routine a positive thing. So they're learning from those things, but you're also kind of refreshing what it took to get you there. You get the ideas that sometimes, you've said, oh, well, gee, I used to do that, and maybe that's something I should do more, because I'm telling this person this is what they should do, and I've kind of dropped that habit or whatever it might be. And so it's an obvious boost to you as well as a mentor to say, you know what, I'm telling somebody to do this, I should be making sure I'm active in doing it as well.
Have you got some tips for both the protege and the mentor?
I haven't really been involved in a lot of long-term relationships in mentoring. I know there are people that I'm still in contact with, and I guess, from the mentorship standpoint, if they're still, looking at what I'm doing, I'm still mentoring. But I think, overall is the consistency in it. As a good mentor, things that you've told somebody years ago, you want to still be true today. And I hope that anybody that I've mentored over time and who still sort of looks to me as an example of what they might be able to do says, what he told me is what he still lives, and I think that's important.
What final thoughts would you share with those considering entering into a mentorship relationship?
I would think that if you're looking at possibly being a mentor or being mentored, you need to know that anything you learn is important. You can learn some bad things from mentors too, things that didn't go right, along the way. So any little bit of information you pick up that might save you from a similar kind of failure is great. You learn from other people's mistakes as well as from all of the good things that they've done in their careers. So if you're a person that's willing to learn and willing to grow, you're perfect for mentorship.
Now it's your turn to share your experience with mentorship. Visit our blog, Provision Mentorship. Make the investment in mentorship today for your success tomorrow.